Hello and welcome back. I'm going to start today with a bit more talking than usual, and that's because last time Jim was forced, and indeed I was forced, to make probably the most difficult decision that I've had to make thus far, which I suspect may have consequences for the future. That decision, of course, was to spare Valgar Corthala from the judgment of the Cowed Wizards. So, of course, the Cowed Wizards had tasked Jin to essentially capture or kill Valgar and bring him dead or alive to Tolgarius at the government district. Jin's original plan was indeed to serve the Cowed Wizards and attempt to gain favor with them, because they did seem to be a force for law and order, if not necessarily goodness, within the Empire of Arm. So that was his first. That was his initial plan. Of course, he was hedging his bets as well by making contact with Galen and Renault Bloodscalp of the Shadow Thieves. Although, of course, Galen has not confirmed that he is a Shadow Thief member, but that's what Jin suspects anyway. So the decision we made last time then changes a lot of things, because presumably the Cowed Wizards will not be very pleased to hear that instead of capturing or killing Valgar, he now travels with us as a free man. So this may result in a more antagonistic relationship with the Cowed Wizards in the future. And of course, the reason why Jin made such a potentially unfavorable decision was for two reasons. One, from a sense of morality, he sympathizes with Valgar. Essentially, the Cowed Wizards, he discovered, were trying to use Valgar to simply gain access to the planar sphere, which seems to be some sort of traveling device, almost like I think I can't remember what the exact term was, but I think it's some sort of ship that is able to travel between planes of existence. So yeah, one reason was that, and obviously the Cowed Wizards wished to investigate the sphere, which, incredibly enough, was here all along. Oops, I think I might have to go outside to have a look at that. Yeah, so it's actually here all along in the slums district. We just never had a close look at it before.
What is my task?
But yeah, and so that was one reason for the sort of the goodness that Jin still feels that should be upheld if possible, and of course the fact that most of his party, Anoman, Eri, Jahira for sure, I think with the exception of Shimo, everyone else is good. So yeah, taking Valgar probably would have meant killing him, because he did say that he wasn't going to surrender. So, and killing a man who's obviously innocent and being persecuted by the authorities did not seem like the right thing to do. So that was the moral side, and the second factor, which is also very significant, although Jim probably won't say this aloud to everyone else, is the fact that he is very curious to see what is inside the planar sphere, and to see if it does indeed hold powerful artifacts that might aid him in his vendetta against Irenicus and his attempt to save Imoen. That attempt is likely to have gotten harder as a result of his essentially turning his back on the Cowed Wizards. So we were planning to, in fact, visit the planar sphere here, but when we just arrived back into Athkatla, Eri reminded Jin that we have not yet visited, what's his name? Essentially, we were to help Quail, a friend of Quail called Rayless Shy, at the Five Flagons Inn in the Bridge District. So that's not somewhere we go very often. I don't think we've even been to the Five Flagons Inn. And because Quail initially said it wasn't urgent, we've essentially ignored it up to now. But since Ares is reminding him, and I don't know how much time we have, and because it is Aerie,
Done.
and Jin has a soft spot for her, we're going to do that first, and just at least speak to this. I've forgotten the name already.
You must gather your
Some woman
party
with a
before
pretty
venturing
complicated
forth.
name. So we'll go there first and see if it's something we could do quickly, in like an afternoon. Then we'll probably do that first. If it's
As you
another
ask.
long and tedious quest, then I think we'll leave it for later.
Why must we always be fighting? All I see is bloodshed and battle, and it drains me. Do you not yearn for a life of peace and contemplation?
I think Jim would say sometimes battle is required. None of us has ever had a choice, I suppose, but I see no good that comes out of fighting and a constant struggle. Okay, fighting has brought me strength, Harry. Strength to survive, you could use the same. Strength. Always you talk of strength and being stronger. I do not know if I have your strength, Jin. I'm beginning to think it is almost not worth it. Okay, this is not the sort of conversation I was hoping to have. Just wondering if there's any other exits. I might walk past the planar sphere and have a look at it before we do something else first. Boy peasant. And yes, it's quick worth mentioning that I did in fact substitute Minsk for Baldur, which turned out to be the right decision apparently, because Baldur was in fact a ranger, or rather a stalker.
Kneel and repent.
The sphere has been sent to us from the very heavens. We must bow down before it. All of you kneel before the might of the sphere, kneel before its power, kneel before its wisdom. We shall build a temple around the sphere. Yes, a temple. The faithful shall come from miles around to see it. We shall charge admission. Yes, admission. Ooh, this is a good idea. Okay, obviously he doesn't know what the significance of the sphere is. Historian. Hello, have you come to look at the planar sphere? It's absolutely marvelous. Okay. I suppose I mean, we know what it is, so there's no point speaking to a historian about it. Waylaying.
Hi, friend.
Hey you, elf lady with the curly hair. Okay, I'm assuming he means Jahira? Yeah. I take it I'm the one being addressed here. Yes, you. See this mighty fine sphere? You can have it for your 500 gold pieces. I would say you're a fool trying to sell something you do not own. A wastrel, an attempt to take advantage of the innocent. Well, 200 gold pieces? It's because of dirt such as you I do not like coming to the city. Do not speak to me again, criminal. Okay, you didn't go hostile. It's occurred to me, I don't think we've ever walked up this side of the slums. Well, maybe we have, I can't remember. Just don't remember talking to those people.
I never saw much of the cities from the circus. Are they all so crowded like this?
Alright, there should be an exit, I believe. So we're gonna find Cleo's friend in a Five Flagons Inn in a bridge district. And then we'll just assess quickly how demanding that job might be.
It shall be.
I'll trade you a few words, sure enough.
I'll tell you, it's only gonna get worse. You can't tell who they're looking at, who they are by looking at them. This one was in my tavern just last night. Hush up, you. He was a man like any other. Just because he was in with that shadow thief crowd doesn't mean you should refuse to serve him. Got his own trouble anyway, without you helping. Have to refuse half the city if you bar shadow thieves. Probably end up dead too. They don't scare me. Look at this bunch. Dead as they can get. The little black coos didn't help him one bit. What killed them was a lot more than you could handle. Look at the marks on them. If this is a guild war like they say, it's not just going to get worse. Yeah, you said that already. Maybe I should close up shop for a few 10 days. Could use a break. Close up when someone spills salt and forgets to knock on wood. The old warrior. Business as usual for me. They sound like merchants. We'll see. Guild wars just mean trouble. Lots of trouble. Oh, okay, we can't even... Right. Where's the 5 flagons? Oh, the state of Sayak Farad. That's the man who is suspected of killing Anoman's sister, but we have no evidence, so we can't just charge in and kill him. But we can go to the 5 flagons inn. This is probably somewhere else which I've barely explored. Not seemingly a lot of reason to come here. So I suppose we could have a look at the merchants. And I have just remembered that we haven't identified and sold the loot from the Umar Hills. So we might take the opportunity to visit this merchant. See what he has. That looks like a courtesan. Rose bouquet. Okay. Not even a generic one. Okay.
Have a look at my wares. I trust you'll find them all in satisfactory condition.
Okay, this is the area of the murders. Yeah, Jin isn't here to solve a murder mystery, so we'll just look at what he has.